Hello, I've got one more and probably final Hyenas closed beta gameplay video for you today, and then I'm probably going to go back and check out some more Halo stuff or other games, as I've been wanting to play a few other things as well. Today I'm just going to be doing a really short video talking about concerns for Hyenas. Obviously, a lot of people saying this game is just going to die after a few months, and then it's just Tarkov with a cartoony and sci-fi look, things like that. Oh, it's just another extraction shooter, blah blah blah. And I dismissed a ton of these, and I still dismiss a lot of those as well. Personally, I've been enjoying the game quite a lot. I think I've played for roughly 10 hours so far. And I think the test closes in like 4 days. So I'll probably play a couple more games. But this might be the final video, and I've enjoyed it. My only concern is the fact that I took a 3-day break from playing the game, and the skill level that people have reached already is vastly different to 3 days ago. In my initial games, when the beta first dropped, I wasn't winning, but I was coming like second place, third place in every game, and the games were dragging out to be 15-20 minutes long. I played today, I played 5 matches. I think me and my whole team died within 10 minutes every single game, and I can no longer compete because the gravity combat is so advanced. Like, people are whizzing around and like turning extremely fast, and just I'm losing track of where people are. I'm getting a little bit older, approaching 30, and I can't do it. The skill ceiling is not ceiling, the gap between somebody who plays for, you know, an average of 1-2 games a day, as opposed to someone who is playing for 4-5 hours on this beta per day, which is what the kids are doing. That makes me sound old. I meant talking about these damn kids. But yeah, the skill difference is really big. And I was a part of and played a game, well, several games that had this exact problem, and it's a problem with many advanced, fast-paced movement shooters today, is that skill ceiling being so, I don't know why that sounded weird, that skill ceiling being so high, and the gap being so high, whatever, causes you to have a very, very engaged small audience, as opposed to a somewhat engaged, big, wider audience. And yeah, the first option often causes a game to die, because you need players, you need CCU, concurrent users, you need people buying things often to keep a game running. Splitgate, this happened with Splitgate. It died very quick. A lot of people felt like people were too good and it pushed them away. They couldn't master the portal mechanic. There was another game that I played called Leap. Sadly, that one kind of just died because it was like $25 when it should have been free to play. But concerns were the same. You know, I played that game for a while and I was really good for the first like week, and then, you know, everyone just got insanely good, and you ended up with a very, very, very small player base of like 10 players per day. And the same thing happens to a few other movement shooters and things. I mean, look what happened with like Lawbreakers as well. These like fast-paced, in-space games that rely on 1 or 2 singular mechanics that define them, and people have to master them. They just don't do well. Games that do well are actually the things that people tell you not to make, which are extremely generic and simple to understand shooters that anybody can pick up and play and be relatively good in the first couple hours of playing. Therefore, psychologically, they want to keep playing. But if after playing for a week you're getting constantly destroyed, psychologically you think, why am I wasting my valuable time that is very finite playing this game that makes me like just angry and annoyed, and they go and play something else where they feel more at home and they can actually compete. And I do fear that that might happen with this. What they're going to have to do is have a very good matchmaking system that is very balanced and only puts you against people that are a similar skill to you, skill-based matchmaking. It needs to be good though. There is good skill-based matchmaking and there is bad skill-based matchmaking. Skill-based matchmaking that is bad, for example, is something like Halo Infinite, where you could have a player who is max rank and his 3 teammates could be 3 platinums or golds, and then it tries to balance that by saying, well, the enemy team is all diamond, so statistically there's only a small difference between you when you combine all the... It doesn't work like that. You end up with one player carrying the team. So I don't want that kind of skill-based matchmaking. It would need to be very balanced and take everyone's individual stats into account, not a combined. And I think that is the only way that games that have a very defined mechanic that people rely on and need to master and things like that, I think that's the only way that games like that can stay alive for a longer duration. Otherwise, yeah, Hyenas could die after 3 to 6 months if the player base dwindles down. The #1 priority for SEGA and Creative Assembly should be player retention. So you need people to come back, which means you need people to enjoy your game, because if they don't enjoy it and it's free to play, they have nothing to lose and they will leave. This is coming from somebody inside the industry. I have been a game dev for 3 years. I QA'd for 2 years before that. I know what I'm talking about. I've seen games die time and time again, and I don't want it to happen to Hyenas because I enjoy it for now. So yeah, that's my concern. It's very different to other people's concerns, I think. Most people just think because the game looks and feels generic in terms of it doesn't adapt the extraction shooter genre too much, that it will die. But I think that's actually a good thing, because people, contrary to popular belief, want something very similar, very generic, where they feel very much at home. They don't want something too different, and they don't want something that has a huge skill gap, which is the one thing that I think Hyenas may struggle with due to its advanced movement. So we'll see if any devs at Hyenas are watching. That's my only feedback. I did say that the SMG kind of needs a buff, because you have to really like spray, get out of battle, run back and slide in, spray, get out of battle, run back, slide in, spray, and repeat until you finally kill someone with the SMG. But other than that, just the SMG kind of bad. I think I had a couple of minor visual bugs where like an area, like a room, didn't load in and I could like see through the walls and stuff. I'm assuming that's an occlusion cooling issue, or something like that, or maybe just a loading time thing, so you might want to look at that. But that's it. Like overall, I'd give Hyenas like a solid 8, maybe 8.5 out of 10, which is much higher rated than I would give many games today, especially shooters. So well done. Just please focus on very balanced matchmaking, fix a couple of bugs, buff the SMG, and we should be good. So yeah, thank you for watching. Goodbye.